Welcome to an investigative breakdown of the stealth biotechnology startups actively engineering "spare bodies" for the ultra-rich. This video explores predictive programming when sci-fi dystopia becomes billionaire reality. Predictive programming is the concept that media conditions the masses to accept terrifying societal shifts before they happen. Films like The Island, Never Let Me Go, and Altered Carbon led us to believe we were watching fiction, but we were actually watching a business plan. R3 Bio, founded by John Schloendorn and Alice Gilman, publicly claims to create non-sentient monkey organ sacs to replace animal testing. However, leaked reality shows they are pitching human body replacement cloning at exclusive investor events. The R3 Bio pitch translates science fiction into a terrifying reality. Clones engineered with no consciousness bypass homicide laws. The $40 million roadmap aims to create a neocortex-lacking proof-of-concept clone. The fiction of insurance policies in the form of living clone bodies meets the reality of the organ sac. The goal is to create a sac of organs that grows mostly on its own, completely lacking the ability to feel, think, or sense the environment. The Vitalist movement involves secretive gatherings and high-profile investments, driven by figures like Tim Draper. Their goal is replacing failing parts as a direct path to extending healthy human lifespan, fulfilling the sci-fi fantasy of eternal life. The manufacturing bottleneck is the need for gestation. Since artificial wombs are decades away, R3 Bio's founder acknowledges that clones must be carried by paid human surrogates. This replaces sci-fi boarding schools with global biological factories. The process involves somatic cell nuclear transfer, or SCNT, and CRISPR brain knockout, where toxic genes stunt the neocortex. Then comes gestation and birth rate fixing, leading finally to harvest or body swap. The Dictionary of Dystopia reveals the reality behind startup jargon. A brainless clone organ sac is a living human body with severe brain damage maintained only by a brainstem. An ethical clone alternative is a way to bypass homicide laws. The $60 billion longevity industry, funded by extreme wealth like Jeff Bezos and Peter Thiel, is driving this research. It is designed to buy an exit from human mortality, a product inherently exclusionary to the public. The geopolitics of immortality is a growing concern. Dictators and autocrats have the capital and power to fund surrogate clone farms to ensure eternal rule, as suggested by statements from world leaders. In Crisis Management, the PR Scramble, longevity clinics are hiring copywriters to scrub cloning terminology. The leaked boiling frog strategy suggests starting with solving the organ shortage until people accept the idea of cloning. If extreme life extension via cloning is achieved, wealth inequality officially becomes biological inequality. Humanity will physically split into two separate species based entirely on net worth, leading to the speciation of wealth. The sci-fi movies didn't warn us. They gave them a roadmap. Somewhere, a billionaire just looked at this and thought, "So when's my backup body ready?" And that's the scariest part.